Welcome to episode 83 of the Valley Sports Talk podcast. We're back on a Saturday, like we mentioned. In case you missed it, our weekly picks went last week, and we are all currently 0 for 1.
hmm
Off to a hot start with that.
Thanks, Chiefs.
Thanks. I was honestly so close to taking the Lions. I just didn't, and I regret it, obviously.
When we recorded, was Travis Kelsey wasn't out yet, was he?
No, he was not. I don't even
Yeah,
think he
I
was hurt.
that would have switched my pick for
He wasn't
sure.
even hurt. I don't even think he was hurt yet.
Yeah, that I once I heard Travis Kelsey was out, I kind of had a feeling we were going to be 0-3, but it happens.
Hmm.
It happens. It was a great game though. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, it started off a bit slow.
The first half was pretty slow.
First half was slow, and then it did get pretty interesting near the end. Obviously, it only ended by one, so I mean, a 1 point game is usually going to be close for the majority of the game. The Chiefs receivers can't catch. Kadarius Toney, and especially, yeah, I was really impressed with Kansas City's defense, even without Chris Jones, who's still on a holdout. I thought Kansas City's D came to play.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of things that Kansas, even though, well, because Kansas City lost this game and their receivers had such a bad game that they're not the team they once were. But let's be honest, like they lost by 1 point. They didn't have like their best offensive weapon. They didn't have one of their best defensive weapons. And I mean, yeah, Kadarius Toney had a catch, well, a missed catch that went right through his hands for a pick six. So that's 7 points for the line. That's like a 14, well, probably a 10-point swing, maybe 14-point swing. And then the Chiefs have the ball at the end of the game, and Kadarius Toney's wide open for a catch that puts him in field goal range, and again he drops it. Which, like I just said, would have put him in field goal range, and they would have won the game. So that's two. If he makes one of those two catches, the Chiefs win this game. So I wouldn't be too concerned. I mean, still a good win for the Lions. Kind of sucks in the Packers division, but it's a good way to start off the season. A 1 point game uh, came down to one of the last plays, so a good game nonetheless. Some NFL news: we did see Cooper Kupp, literally as we're recording, like half an hour ago, get put on IR. So he will be missing the first 4 weeks. Just as a heads up, the Rams' first 4 games are um, at the Seahawks, at home versus the 49ers, um, traveling to Cincinnati to play the Bengals, and then week 4, they do play the Colts.
Tough start.
Very tough start, and if Cooper Kupp is back on time and plays week 5, they're against the Eagles. So, let's go 5 weeks. Let's say Cooper Kupp does come back and plays against the Eagles. What do you think the record is through 5 weeks?
I mean, I still think that they can pick out a win in there. Then maybe they upset Seattle, even though I didn't take them in our picks. I don't think they take San Fran out. I think they'll beat the Colts. So I think realistically, if in 3 4 weeks they go 500, I think that's a success.
Yeah, I don't see a win versus Cincinnati. Playing the problem against Seattle is it is at Seattle, which does make it hard. Maybe they can sneak out a win against San Fran at home. Again, I do think they beat the Colts, so I think 2-2 would be very nice. I do think they'll end up 1-3, and then it'll be tough for Cooper Kupp to come back as strong as he normally can coming off an injury. So they might be starting their season off 1-4, which would be a little tough. But yeah, it's kind of the NFL. The NHL, there's not much news. There's the women's league is kind of interesting. We've
Maybe
seen
you tell
a
her.
lot of big figures signing throughout different cities. I've found a lot of players are staying in their country, and more specifically their hometowns. I'm seeing a lot of Canadians stay in Canada. I'm seeing a lot of French Canadians sign in Montreal and Quebec. Um, a lot of the U.S. Team has signed in various places such as Boston. I've seen a lot of Boston. So yeah, I don't know if when does that league start up? Is that
I'm actually not sure.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know if it's this October, if they're going a year or something like that. But that's kind of cool. I saw the base salary was it 90,000,
Yeah.
something like that. So that's a good start. And once people watch, it'll just I think this is really good. It's sort of like the WNBA. Once now that it's out there and people start watching it, the salaries will go up. So it's only a good thing. I guess we're just gonna go around sport to sport because there's not much going on. We do have the MLB kind of in the final stages of the regular season. The Blue Jays have, we talked a couple weeks ago, the Blue Jays had a very weak schedule coming up, and they have took advantage. They haven't swept a series yet, but they have won every single series against these weak teams. They beat Kansas City last night. They're currently playing Kansas City right now. And the Rangers, I guess all the teams except for Houston. Houston's been all right, but Seattle's kind of slowed down too, and Texas especially. Blue Jays are now in a playoff spot. Um, do you see a way where the playoff seeding changes at all from where it is, or where do you think?
I could totally see Texas figuring it out. I mean, they have pitching. They have the hitters. I know Adolis Garcia just went on the IL and he has been amazing this year. AL leader in RBIs. But Seattle kind of scares me. I know they have just started turning it, they turned it up a bit and now they're starting to slow down again. So they scare me a bit, just the fact that they weren't in the playoffs all year and they went on one good stretch. Whenever a couple teams above them started going on a little bit of a stinker. And now they're starting to pull another stinker. So that Seattle does scare me. I do think they're pretenders more than contenders. Um, but yeah, I honestly I don't see the Blue Jays keep playing the way they've been playing the last like 2 weeks, not maybe just before that. I see them being fine. And I'm not really scared of Houston. I'm not really scared that Houston's going to drop tremendously.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the playoff format right now, the Blue Jays, if they do stay in the sixth and final playoff spot, they would have the easiest matchup in the playoffs, having to play the Minnesota Twins, who currently have the least amount of wins in a playoff spot in the AL, but because division winners get the top spots, they're ahead there. Um, and then, like you said, if the playoffs stayed the same, which I do think the Houston Astros will take that division. So, if the Blue Jays were to beat the Twins, they would play the Astros. What's the most scary team in your mind in the AL?
I definitely think it's the Baltimore Orioles, especially the way if I'm looking at a Jay standpoint, the Jays have struggled against them all year. I think they've only won maybe one or two games against them, um, all year long. They have really good hitting. Their starters are not like elite starters, obviously, but their bullpen. You get Yunier Cano in there. I know Bautista's on the IR right now, but if he gets back in the playoffs, these guys are almost unhittable. So, I definitely think the team that scares me the most is probably the Orioles.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I For me it's the Astros. I don't know if age might creep up on the Orioles in playoff time. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But that's my only concern. Where Houston, they've been there every year and they know how to get it done. Um, but the Orioles are definitely scary themselves. I did want to go back to the NFL and kind of quiz you on stats from the game. Obviously, there's only been two teams that have played, but I want to see if how well you doing this. We'll start off easy. Um, who is leading the NFL currently in passing yards?
There's only two options.
There is only two options.
I'm gonna go with Jared Goff.
It is Jared Goff by about 30 yards. Who leads the league in passing touchdowns?
Is there a tie or did somebody get two?
Somebody got two. Not a tie.
I don't know who got the other touchdown for the Lions.
Well, you don't have to tell me who got the touchdowns. You have to tell me what quarterback is leading the league in passing touchdowns.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes.
It is Patrick Mahomes. Can you
I
name
thought you were
me?
asking for who leads the league and like who the receiver is.
No. Can you tell me the three players who have scored a touchdown so far this season?
Amon Ross St. Brown,
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice, and did Blake Bell get the other KC
Blake
one?
Bell, look at him go. Who is leading the league in receiving yards?
I would want to say Amon Ra.
He's second.
Is it Laporta?
Laporta's fifth.
Oh, who touched the ball a lot?
I know this one surprised me. 4 catches, 7 targets.
Josh Reynolds?
It is Josh Reynolds. Do you know who's leading the Chiefs in receiving yards?
They short. I would honestly go like Noah Gray.
It was not Noah Gray. Noah Gray had 31 yards. This guy had 48.
Is it Rasheed
Two,
Rice? Is it the rookie?
2 receptions, 2 targets.
Sky Moore? I don't know.
MVS.
Okay, that was my next guess.
Who is leading the league in rushing yards?
I know Gibbs didn't have that good of a game. I'm gonna go with Monty.
Montgomery had 74 rushing yards. That's a lot more than I thought. Who is leading in rushing yards for the Chiefs?
Was it Clyde?
It was not.
Was it McKinnon? He didn't.
No, not McKinnon.
Pacheco.
No, not Pacheco.
Mahomes.
Mahomes had 45 yards on the ground. He's second in the NFL right now. Do you know the one player that got an interception?
No, I don't. I know who it is, but I don't know his name.
Brian Branch. Do you know?
The
Uh,
rookie.
yeah, I won't even go into it. I was going to ask who got the only sack of the game, but it was Mike Dana.
No.
Okay, so the only other thing I had is I've seen a lot of people doing it, and I kind of wanted to try and see how close we could get. I wanted to try and play wavelength. Have you seen it
Oh
going
yeah, I've
on?
played this game.
I want to see how good we can do. So I'm gonna try and get you to say a number. You're gonna have to give me, we'll say 3 categories, and I'll give you an answer, and we'll see if you can get the number. Okay. So if you want to look away, I'll put a number up on screen, and we'll see if we can get you to guess that number.
Okay.
So look away or close your eyes or something. Okay, let's see if we can get you to guess that number. If you can get
Here, I'm gonna mute my because people on Spotify can't see that, so I'm gonna mute my audio.
Oh yes.
Okay, audio's muted.
Okay, the number is 4. Number is 4.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. So I ask you the questions, right?
Yeah, and then I give you an answer.
Okay, give me an NFL team.
An NFL team? Okay. Let's go with the New Orleans Saints.
It's like a mid team, so like a five.
Okay.
You doing 5 questions?
Whatever you want. How many do you want to do?
We can do 5.
Okay, we can do 5.
Give me a fast food restaurant.
A fast food restaurant, okay. Burger King.
Ooh, not a big Burger King fan, but I feel like it's a respectable option, so I'll stick around a 5, maybe down to a 4 a bit.
This is tough.
Give me a town or city in the Renfrew County.
A town or city in the Renfrew County, okay. That's tough. Cobden.
Cobden is kind of nice. It's small, got a couple things.
Got a couple things.
It just got a brand new Tim's, which is really nice. Yeah, I'm sticking like a 5.
Fair enough. How many questions? That's 3.
That's 3. I got 2 more.
Okay.
Give me a hockey brand.
A hockey brand? Okay. Gosh. Jova.
Yo, that's like a 2, man. Oh, geez. I don't think they make those anymore.
They don't, but that's a hockey brand.
All right, I'm down to like a 3.
Okay.
You really don't like Cobden.
You
Give
don't know.
me
Maybe I
a
really like Jofa.
give me a pop. or like a fountain beverage.
Okay. Okay. Um, dang, that's tough. I don't know what you like or dislike. I will go. I might get some heat for this. I'll go Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, I'm not a Dr. Pepper fan. I'm actually like that's like a two for me. But I do like Cobden. Jofa is throwing me off.
I know, I know. I didn't know what to say.
I don't remember my other two questions. Oh, the Saints. The Saints were mid. I was at a five for Saints.
And then BK.
And BK. I'm gonna go just because you've been so back and forth, mid crappy. I'm gonna go with a four.
It was a four. It was a
Wow.
four. You were at five, so I had to lower you. So I was like, Jopa? I know.
Jofa. That's probably like a two, man.
I know. I didn't know if the Saints were too high of a team, but then you said mid,
No,
like
the
let's
Saints are
go.
like a mid, the Saints are like a mid team.
And then I know a lot of people like Dr. Pepper, so that was
I
risky.
don't like that'd be
That was risky.
honestly probably one of my least favorite pops, and I don't drink pop very often.
Do you want to try? How do I mute you
You can literally just turn your mic off.
and it mutes you?
Yeah, like turn your computer volume off,
How do you do? Oh, yeah, okay, okay. Hold on.
and then
I
look away. I'm gonna. Well, I'll just say it. They'll hear it anyways on spot on
yeah, I'll
YouTube.
give you like 5 seconds. Okay, I'm looking away.
Do you have your? You can't hear me. Nine.
All right, let's give it a shot here. Um, give me a day of the week.
Definitely a Friday.
Ooh, Friday is probably my second favorite day of the week. So
Your
okay, so I'm
favorite.
probably Saturday. So I'm gonna give you like the 8 range right now. Okay. I want to do different ones from you. Give me a NHL team heading into next season. It's tough.
I would say. Wow.
It's tough. Not easy.
I'll say the New Jersey Devils.
Oh God, they're like one of the better. Okay, I'm up to a 9 now. You got me at 9. You brought me up because I think there's not many teams ahead of them. Maybe Carolina, maybe. Hey, what else can I do? This could cause some controversy. We'll see. Give me a color. This could determine a lot.
I'm gonna go purple.
Purple, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm in like the 7 to 8 range now. And how many have I given you? Is that 3?
That's three. You got two
Okay.
more.
Um, give me a month of the year. I'm giving you tough ones. See if
You
you
give me what I really gotta think about,
I
man.
know, I know.
I'm gonna go with like April.
April. Damn, okay. So it's just starting to get warm again. The snow's going, but it's a little rainy, it's a little mushy. Okay, we'll go. Oh, I don't know if you're trying to lower me or not. I'm at like a 7. I'm at like a 7. And we got one question to go.
Mm.
Give me a chocolate bar.
Oh my God, man, why are these so tough? I don't.
A
I'm gonna go with like a Snickers.
snick, that's a good chocolate bar. I don't know if you wanted that or not. I'm between a 7 or an 8. I'm between a 7 or an 8. Um, I feel like a Snickers is really good. I'm gonna go 8.
It was nine.
Oh, you tried to rise me up. You tried to,
Yeah, I was the month one threw me for a loop
yeah,
because I was thinking April. We're finishing school, golf season's just around the
yeah,
corner.
yeah.
It like you said, it's starting to get wet, and then I didn't think about it like the mushiness or the grossness of it.
If you said July, it might have made me a 9. July might have
Yeah,
been.
that's fair.
That was cool though. I mean, one off, and then you got yours
We
perfect.
should we should this we could do this as a drinking game.
That would be fun. Just less, not 5, maybe like 3.
Three.
That would be cool though.
How
And
many
how
numbers
quick we
away
get it
you are?
off.
How many numbers your guess is? The
Yeah.
amount the two people have to drink.
Yeah, I'd be down. I'd be
We
down.
don't advocate drinking on this podcast, so
Unless you're of age, of course.
yes, of course.
Then
We
do
are
what you
both of
want.
age.
Then do what you want. But I
Fair.
mean, yeah, so that's pretty much it. No, we did
Hey, we
pretty
had a bit of
good.
fun.
Yeah. We did pretty good on wavelength. Not much is going on around the sports world.
We'll have more to talk about next week because the first set of games will be done.
Yeah, and we're getting that much closer to NBA and NHL preseason, which is good. And MLB playoffs is right around the corner. Next time you see us, we will be here talking about our week 2 picks. Probably talking about how our records suck because we're already 0 for 1. But yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next time.
If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. We'll be back on Tuesday.
See ya.